and then going for goal, and completing his hat-trick.
Sanchez got through one challenge, 3-0.
Aguero's got his 5th goal. Aguero lethal.
What's up guys, JNO here, and finally I'm back after a week out. We are back with Fantasy Football Game Week 8 review, and the lesson for this episode is trust the underlying stats. Now last week I made some mistakes, took Sanchez out, brought Pedro in, had to bring Sanchez back because I just had a feeling that he was going to have a good game week, and I had to get Callum Wilson out because he got an injury, and everything came up roses. As you can see, I actually got 102 points, but had to take the -4, so that means I've got 98 points in total. Lower than some people got ridiculous scores this game week, but it's brought me up the table, and now my ranking is looking a lot better. But, as I said, trust the underlying stats. Aguero has had 33 attempts, 25 from inside the box. It was going to happen eventually. Did I see 5 goals? No. I don't think anyone saw 5 goals in one game, but it happened. Speaking of underlying stats, Vardy, he came good for me, despite the fact Mahrez was benched by the Tinkerman Claudio Ranieri. 28 attempts, 23 from inside the box. He's always going to be there and thereabouts. The counter-attacking play that Leicester have and Vardy's pace, he's going to get some goals. So I think he's a great substitute for Callum Wilson. And then Sanchez, I took him out like an idiot. In 2 game weeks he scored 5 goals. I've missed out on 3 of them, but I jumped on and got 2. He has had 41 attempts this season. 31 have been inside the box. That is better than Aguero's stats. Why I took him out because of some stupid article I read at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, I have no idea. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made in fantasy football. And let's not forget my man, Andre Ayew. He came good, despite the fact Swansea couldn't pick up a win and have been on a run of bad form. He also got a goal, so that's 9 points from him and Vardy, and then Sanchez and Aguero just teared the league up. The players I'm looking to bring in right now, Walcott seems to have had a run of games up front for Arsenal. In that Arsenal attacking lineup, he may be a good shout, especially if their fixtures are easing up, but I've not looked into that yet. And I'm also looking at Sadio Mane. He just seems to tear teams up. If we have a look at the leagues I'm in, you'll see a lot of green arrows. Absolutely loving it. We are now 38th in my league, and I believe we're 76th in Kurtjo's. And in the head-to-head leagues, we are 2nd in both. So everything is looking great for JNO United. That's right. Just in case I haven't said beforehand, JNO United is the new name for this channel. If we have a quick look at my league, we can see the #1 spot has changed. Perfetico Madrid, Callum Sims has stormed out of nowhere with an incredible game week score. But let's not forget Trevor Reaver. I'm not going to try your surname, but Lado FC, another incredible game week score. They've stormed up the table in this game week. 117 and 136 points respectively. They have come out of nowhere, and that shows you how volatile it can be in these early stages. Elliot Rosewell-Marks has managed to hang on to a top 3 spot though. He got a respectable 72, but with the scores that have gone above him, he couldn't hold on to the #1 spot. So if we look at Perfetico Madrid, we can see that he also captained Aguero. He had Igolo, I apologise if I say that wrong, but he seems to be the source of goals at Watford, and it seems to all go through him, so he is a good shout at the moment. He also had Ayew, he also had Sanchez, but he had Dimitri Payet, and if you look at that game, Dimitri Payet seems to be the centre of everything good about what West Ham do, so Payet is definitely a good shout at the moment. We have Lado FC, and we can see why he had such a great game week, because he triple captained Aguero. What a time to play one of your bench boosts, the triple captain on Aguero. That means he got 75 points from 1 player. That's incredible. What a great roll of the dice there. He also had Vardy, he also had De Bruyne. A lot of their play seems to be going through De Bruyne with Silva out. The reason I've not jumped on that yet is because I want to see how it works when Silva and De Bruyne are playing, and I want to see it a bit more consistently, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on De Bruyne. He may be an essential above Hazard. The the way he's going at the moment. He had Sanchez as well, so that's 3 players that easily got over the 10-point mark, and Payet as well. So he just had a great game week. I bet he was laughing all weekend. Finally, we'll look at top-notch side. But Elliot Rosal-Marks, he's held on to the #1 spot for a while, but he's now been knocked off. He had Aguero, but he didn't captain him, so that was 25 points he lost on the people that went over. He had Payet as well, so that's another point scorer for him. Payet was his vice captain, and because Mahrez was benched, that meant Payet got 20 points. So he clawed a little bit back by having a decent captain choice. Just wasn't quite on the level of Aguero. And he had Eric Dyer get him a decent 9 points. Eric Dyer, out of position. He is playing in midfield for Tottenham, but he's classed as a centre-back, so he gets those clean sheets if Tottenham get the clean sheets, but he's also further up the pitch so he can get that goal or that assist. So he is definitely a must-consider player for your fantasy football teams. Anyway guys, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being patient. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've just had stuff I've had to deal with, and I had to take the week off, unfortunately, but I will do my best to not miss another week. Please like and subscribe if you're happy to see me back, and of course I would usually now say stay certified, but remember, it's all about the game.